But this is a bad guy. This is not a good guy they're bringing
this
in.
Is and look, like, you know, you say what you will about John Gruden. That guy had Antonio Brown's back. And this was completely different than Khalil Mack or Amari Cooper last year. John Gruden understood, like, this guy is on my record now. This guy is my acquisition. This is on me. And however this plays out, it's going to reflect on me going forward. And John Gruden did absolutely everything he possibly could to try and make that thing work. And what happens in the end? In the end, he winds up on a recorded phone call that goes up on YouTube the night before they release him. And so that piece of it to me is, I mean, like no matter how this turns out, like, that was really crappy what he did in Oakland. You look at what happened in Pittsburgh, all of that was over not winning the team MVP. This guy's history, Mike, and I'll just tell you this, okay? Like I said, hardest worker in the building in Pittsburgh and was the most productive guy in the building in Pittsburgh. And that'll buy you a lot of cover with the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you're those two things, they'll put up with a lot of shit there.
And talk about, you know, I think you just met Oakland. They'll take Attila the fucking Hun. They'll sign Saddam Hussein if he's available. We're talking about the Raiders, who have signed every single miscreant and asshole in this league, and that's their motto.
Yep.
And Antonio Brown couldn't make it in Oakland and Pittsburgh, which, again, like you said, very player friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
You don't need the guy. Why? You don't. Why? And to
because I think Bill looks at this as like 5 months, right? Like, so if I can keep him in line for 5 months, then I'm going to get the best receiver in football. And I mean, look, whether or not he can keep him in line for 5 months, we'll see. Because the flip side of this is there are two elements that everyone in Pittsburgh, and you can talk to anybody who was there, anybody in Pittsburgh will tell you, these two elements always existed with Antonio Brown, even when things were going good. Number one, he's an attention whore. He needs attention. That's what this was over the last couple of weeks, by the way. Once he fell out of the news, he had to come back into the news. You saw it with all the social media stuff the last couple of weeks. And then the second piece of this, little things set him off. He's a ticking time bomb. And there's little things.
He's not well.
There's a team. I mean, last year, the whole reason the Pittsburgh thing blew up last year, right, was because against the Saints in Week 16, saw a lot of double coverage. Juju Smith-Schuster went off as a result. Later that week, Juju Smith-Schuster got team MVP, and he blew up, wound up out of the facility, and that was the beginning of the end with the Steelers. So those two things have existed with him for 11 years now. Those two things have been there the whole time he's been in the NFL. Number one, needs attention. Number two, little things are the things that set him off.